Wait a minute, this is not Staten Island. I got my coffee, I was ready to take the ferry over to Staten Island, but I don't think I am at the Forgotten Borough. Oh. Oh my, I took the wrong ferry. I ended up in Lake Como. Not Cuomo, but Como. This is all the entire planet. Many people say that it's one of the most beautiful places on earth. Some of the best movies have been filmed here, and today we're going to explore Lake Como here in Italy. It's northern Italy, about 1 hour away from Milan, and we're starting in the town of Varenna to show you a little bit around. Then we're going to head out to Bellagio, and not the hotel. We're actually going to the real life Bellagio. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and no, this is not Staten Island. This is beautiful Italy. Let's walk around Lake Como and take a ferry. Welcome, welcome everyone. Nice to see you here. I took the wrong ferry, ended up in Lake Como. I don't know how this happened. For some reason, Manhattan. I got my to-go coffee here in Lake Como. And I'm so excited to be exploring this. Immediately when I came here, I fell absolutely in love. I've said that before of Capri and Santorini, and I'm getting the same vibes immediately that I got in those two other beautiful places. Actually, I started seeing these views from the train. The train is an hour train ride away. I took it directly from Milano Centrale, which is the central station in Milan, all the way to Varenna. Direct train, 1 hour and 4 minutes. And it cost me €10 for the premium ticket, so I didn't have to go into the crowded compartments in second class. Otherwise, it's about $6.70. But look at these amazing, breathtaking views. Wow. So Lake Como is a glacier lake and has been in use since ancient Roman times. Of course, more people know it today as being the summer home for George Clooney and a few. Anna. Soon we're going to jump onto one of those ferries. It's beautiful. Maybe we'll hang out with George a little bit. Well, look at this. Oh. About 69 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is cardigan weather over here. But as we pass by, this is the beautiful town of Varenna. Now, before we continue, slam that like button right now. It's very important that you do this because I'm going live at a time where most Americans are fast asleep. Actually, everyone in Americas, because I have a lot of viewers in US, Canada, Mexico, and Argentina, and a few other Latin American countries as well, and they're all asleep. However, I want to bring you these views of Italy live at a reasonable time during the day in this time zone. So, in order to bring this video to more attention to the people who are wide awake in the middle of the night in America, or the people who wake up early in the morning in a few hours, we want them to see this on their feed. So press that like button right now. Slam that like button right now, like George Clooney slammed his coffers in order to build a beautiful summer home here. So here's the ferry stop. We'll be coming here in about 10 minutes or so. New York style cup of coffee. Coffee to go. It felt more like a New York coffee bar, which was very interesting.
There's water taxis here to get all around Lake Como, which I'm super excited to maybe take one to one of the most well-known villas. So here we see the timetable. Let's see what other options we have. Oh, you can't see it too well on the screen. But I see there's also there's ferries passing by regularly here.
Microphone. Ah. I gotta use a microphone for this video because it's gonna get crazy windy. How bad was the sound? How long was the sound bad, everyone? I don't think too long. Oh, this sucks. You know, for some reason this mic keeps going bad now. And I'm not sure why. Alright everyone, there's gonna be wind noises, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do about it. But it was only for a few seconds, right? Only about 15 seconds. Okay, cool. Wasn't too bad. Sounded like Doctor Who. Yeah. I gotta return these microphones, and I gotta do that from the US. I can't do it from here. That's it. The ferries passing here all the time, and yeah, there's a $15 ticket for all the Middle Lake area. The lake is huge. It's the third largest lake in Italy, and it's a Y shape, and it's also the fifth deepest lake in all of Europe. All the other four are located in Norway. So it's outside Norway, this is the deepest lake in Europe. So continental Europe, this is the deepest lake. Emily says we'll be fine with the wind. Emily, hope all is well in Thessaloniki. Yeah, everyone, sorry unfortunately, we're gonna... Microphone has been giving me issues and turning a robotic voice for some reason, but nonetheless, let's enjoy it. Susan, welcome. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. So this is a special moment for this epic 2-month trip, because on this 2-month trip we've been doing what I call the honeymoon tour. The official name is the honeymoon tour summer. These are the places that I would go on a honeymoon. Of course, I am not in a long-term relationship, so I am not actually on honeymoon, but these are the places I would go, and I thought to myself, let me go to all the places I would go on honeymoon. Because why wait? Why wait? Why not fall in love with the landscapes and the geography and the beautiful... We went to Santorini, we went to Rome, we went to Positano and Capri, and now we're here at beautiful Lake Como. Another place where it's a honeymoon paradise for me. So I think this is so beautiful. I think we're upcoming one. We're gonna walk a little bit more around this town. Emily says nothing wrong with going on a honeymoon alone. Well, I wouldn't consider this a honeymoon, but I am indeed going to the places I would go on honeymoon, or will. Well, some of them have been crossed off my list, so I wouldn't go back to all of them. In Como, they eat risotto with eel. Perhaps it's better to be in Bellagio for lunch. Oh, yes, I think so. I think it'll be better. Paola, how are you? Have any recommendations here in Como? We're gonna head over to Bellagio, and then I am going to see how I can find my way to the villa, the famous villa featured in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Casino Royale, and a few other films. Balbaniello. Balbaniello. I gotta learn how to pronounce that. Balbaniello. I didn't think Lake Como was going to be this beautiful. I did not expect mountains right by the lakeside. Dramatic clouds really add to the scenery, says Emily. Yeah, it really does. I think that's what's making it really interesting. But also, just having these gigantic mountains right by the lake, it's something you don't see too much in my area of the US. I'm not sure if there's any good examples of huge mountains by a lake. Some of this looks a little bit similar to the Hudson Valley, but there's something special about here. This is subtropical climate as well, so it stays pretty warm year round. Well, warm enough, it doesn't go too cold in the wintertime. So Ronald says, are we buying a villa? Scouting out where to buy the perfect villa. So let me show you Lake Como. This is a map of Lake Como right over here, Lago di Como. Here's the ferry heading to Bellagio, but we're going to take the one right after. And this one, this lake is in a Y shape. And right now we are in Varena. Varena, which is in the middle lake. And we're gonna head later to Bellagio in this same live video. And then stay tuned, I'll show you other things later in the day. But you could go all the way to the north. I'm not sure if that many people do go to the north. I think most of the action is right here in the middle. Ooh, Paul, thank you so much. Lake George in upstate New York is sometimes compared to Lake Como. I will look into it. I have visited Lake George once when I was younger, but I don't remember being this impressed by it. And now, where are we located in Italy? We are located in the northern part of Italy, about 1 hour away from Milan. So we're getting closer and closer to Switzerland. Actually, there's some trains I think you could take here from Switzerland. And I'll show you how far away it is from Milan, north of Milan, right there. So there's two main stops here by train. There's Como and there's Lecco. We went over to Varena. And here's the ferry landing. Alarm is going off. I have a second phone with an alarm. But we're gonna take the one right after. Hello, S Fields. Nice to see you here. I'm so glad so many of you are woken up. S Fields, you're tuning in from pretty far away. What time is it in your area, S Fields? Hey, Susie. Oh, Susie, you are really up in the middle of the night. Welcome, Susie. Auto captions make no sense. Yeah, I can't control that, Janice. Hopefully it's a funny no sense. The hills are alive with the sounds of urbanness. Indeed they are. I don't know. Oh my God. We got a bench. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bench. I gotta throw this away first. Goodbye, coffee. Actually, I gotta do a New York style kind of sipping the coffee. Respecting time in Staten Island. Beautiful Staten Island. So let's review this bench right here. I think, wow, okay. Paola says, you're surrounded by some of the best restaurants in Italy. It's a place for rich people, such as you and George. Paola, thank you. Someone left a water bottle. Uh-oh. Glittering tisk tisk tisk. Let's sit down. First bench review of Lake Como. I have a feeling we're going to come to a few more benches, so let's not get too excited with this one. It does remind me of Switzerland, says Kay. Okay, it does. Cool. Wow. So it gets a whole lot of points because of the views. So many. But we will not be blinded by the gorgeous views, because this is a serious channel for serious bench reviews. We have to set very high benchmarks, and we can't let the views alone judge the score of this bench. So there's no backside on this bench, unfortunately. So I have to stand with proper posture here. I can't recline, which loses points. Because remember, we saw one in Capri. That Capri one did have a backside. So no backside on this bench. Some flowers. It is rocky. Not so good. This is not comfortable rock either. Ooh, it's kind of sharp. Do not come here with if you're a woman with a short skirt. And the fence, you know, I'm right by the water, so in high tide it might get a little bit scary. I don't think there's any bird poo. No, I think we're safe from bird poo. But this is a gorgeous view over here. Not the most comfortable bench, but gorgeous view. For the high benchmark we established in there's also too many people passing here, so not so much. Give this a. The views are truly impeccable, so I would give this. It deserves, because an 8.0. This is an 8.0 out of 10. The bench to your left has a back, says Susie. Yeah, it does, but it's the same type of material, so equally as uncomfortable. Camila says it's a 10 out of 10. No, we must not get blinded by the beautiful views. We must not get seduced by the beautiful views. It's like reviewing a restaurant. You can't get seduced by the amazing service. You might have the best service in the world, but you still gotta judge the food. Wow, this is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm glad I decided to stay here in Varenna for a little bit. Do people swim here? I don't think it's that super popular for swimming, though there are a few beaches around the lake. But I'm not 100% sure. I think people might also ride their boats and take a swim out in the middle of the lake. Now this is, as I mentioned, one of the deepest lakes. The average depth is 650 feet, which you can think of half of the Empire State Building. The maximum depth is actually 1,300 feet. So a little bit taller than the Empire State Building is the maximum depth of this lake. Hey, Jose says people forget that's unswimmable because of pollution. Really? So here they have a tour. They have a tour of Bellagio right over here for €70. Jupiter, is this a lake? Yes, indeed, it is. Third largest lake in Italy. Fifth deepest lake in all of Europe. But those other lakes are actually all located in Norway. So, easy deep lake. Can we see George's villa and have some Nespresso, please? Maybe we'll hang out with George a little bit later. Stay tuned. I'll see if George is down to be on live video. You know, George gets a little bit shy. George, you know, he's a guy who prefers nowadays to be more behind the camera. Hence his amazing directorial efforts that he's done recently. Fang says, I'm seduced by the view. Yeah. Buongiorno. Where do I go for the boat tours?
Can you, how many people?
It's one. I want to go to Bellagio. Sì.
To go directly is 120 euro.
Oh, 120. Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right. Thank you so much. Emily says he will make an exception for urbanists. Indeed. So the man wants to charge 120 to go directly to Via Bellagio. Esfiel says gorgeous weather. Yeah, I forgot to update the Nightbot, but it's about 69 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. This is nice. So if you're here at night, you might need a scarf. A waitress says they quack in Italian. Indeed they do. Indeed they do. Wow, that's so beautiful. Ooh, good photo opportunity. Wow. Filippo asked, would you move here full time? No. But I do certainly love traveling here. Yeah, these are cobblestones right here, waitress. Yeah, cobblestones. gift shops. Ooh. Let me show you the prices for meals over here. So pastas are about 15, 16. And yeah, pastas are about 15, 16. Actually, not as bad as I would expected. Hey, Paola says Como was famous for its quality fabric factories. Perhaps you can buy there the same fabric used by King Giorgio Armani. Oh. Esfields asks, have I had any gnocchi? No, I have not had any gnocchi. I'm not too much of a fan of gnocchi. It's one of those pastas that doesn't feel like a full meal. I've never really been too much of a fan. Wow. This is gorgeous. Did Perry Como name himself after the lake? I don't know who Perry Como is. I would assume no. That's my assumption. Oh my god, now these are benches. Wow. They're occupied, but those are benches. Reverend Jenny Osorio says this is breathtaking. Indeed it is. I'm blown away. Thang says, do you miss New York City already? I'm starting to miss New York City. Yes, I am. With these views, it's also whetting my appetite to kind of explore more of New York City, New York State, and Northeast. Coming off the train, I had Massachusetts, and it's because when I went to Salem, it was also chillier than it was in Boston, and I got flashbacks immediately from Salem. Also taking the train here, even though they're very different in terms of geography. It was kind of the adventure of going to area away from the big city that's nearby but still feels a world's away. So yeah, as I'm here in Italy, I get flashbacks of the US, and I am reminded how the US has an immense beauty to it that I think we can. Lisa says, you don't know who Perry Como is? No, I had no idea. Carmel says, how long have you been away? 2 months. 2 months thus far. Wow. Stunning says, please send a greeting to George Clooney. Yes! Do let me know how to pronounce your what language that is. But let me know how to pronounce your name. Emily, yes, the deepest part of Lake Como is 1,345 feet. Yes. Let's take a little detour here. Let me know how service is going up these streets. A trip to Seneca Falls would be interesting. Wow. Oh, this is going to be very interesting views. Jupiter, do I plan to visit Spain? No, I don't plan to visit Spain at the moment. It's better than on the shore. Yeah, it's really unique. Let's see what we can see from the top. Sir. Hotel. There's the post office. Oh my god. Okay, this is hard to kind of capture on video. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, let's see. Looks like a little window. Oh, right there. Camila says, Camila. My name is Shai. Or Shay or Shai? From Tel Aviv, Israel. Welcome. Shay from Israel. Israel. Camila says you lost me while talking. Oh, Camila, thank you so much for the recommendation. I appreciate it. Madeira is a nice island off Portugal, says Cristina. Oh, cool. Here's another restaurant. Lots of cool restaurants here. Right. It's chilly. Oh. Definitely need a cardigan over here. Veronica, is this a backyard? All different houses right there. Okay, we're back. Good. Someone left a super chat. Who was it? Maximilian, thank you so much for a €2 super chat. I appreciate you. Bad service in the tiny little streets. So let's stick to the main shoreline. Romantic place on earth. It is, you know, really, it's hard to find places that could even compare. Like, really, how many places can you find this combination of a beautiful town that you can walk around, sit down at the restaurants, take a water taxi easily to another small town that you can walk around, go to the different villas, the mountains. You'll be hard pressed to find it. As I mentioned, the US does have this natural beauty, but there's not that many tiny towns that you can kind of get lost in, at least that easily. You do require a car. Many of the places you can't just really walk around, maybe for the exception of the Hudson Valley. Jenny, did I have my coffee? I did. I started with a good coffee, yeah. So I wish I could show you more of the tiny streets, but I'll show you from a distance. The factor that makes this romantic or beautiful place, as I mentioned many times, I mentioned this also in Greece, it isn't merely the fact of the geography. The geography is definitely very important. But if it were just a geography, why isn't Norway considered romantic? Why isn't the US considered romantic in many places? Why not? It isn't just the geography. It's the combination of human-built landscapes inside a beautiful natural landscape. That's the beauty of these places when you combine both of them. And that's why you don't really see this in other places around the world, because you don't have too much places where you can combine beautiful towns that have been here for centuries to navigate, and also systems where you can easily transport between all these different locations amidst a beautiful geography. So it is doable for many parts of the US to achieve this. Canada as well. I bet there's places in England that are similar to this as well. So Gary says, just to know, there's an app called Speedify. You can connect up to 3 SIM cards. Indeed, I do know about that, Gary. Finding SIM cards is the issue. Unfortunately, you can only get 1 SIM card per person, and they don't have the ability to concurrently use 2 to 3 SIM cards all the time because of restrictions with getting the amount of SIM cards and data restrictions. I wish I could, but no, unfortunately I can't. If you know any other way around of getting multiple SIM cards from places or unlimited data from these companies, do let me know. Gigi says, the mountains definitely remind me of the Hudson Valley. Yeah. Cynthia says, I'm in New York City, tired of the heat and the humidity. Yeah, hopefully it gets better weather. Charlotte says the Lake District in the UK is equivalent to Como, but not as nice. So the whole of Italy is awfully hilly. So GPS doesn't work out well. It does. But yes, Italy has a Hey, Phil, I can't wait to go to Cornwall. You should visit Madeira. Indeed, I should. Casino. Love the sound of the waves against the shore. It's gorgeous. This is so romantic. On romantic cherry on top with Brad Pitt and George. Maybe we'll hang out with them later. Is Brad Pitt currently in Como? Let me know. Here is breezy and cool. Have you seen Boston springtime? It says NW. I have seen it in the summer only. Summer and fall. It's a postcard view, says Bella. Oh, yes it is. The water's so perfectly clear. Yeah, let's zoom in on the water. I only smell right now this food that's right behind me in this restaurant. It's not like salty air like Venice, and it doesn't have a smell, but I can tell that the air is clear. And that I can tell. The air does smell clear, and it's not humid. It's very kind of people may go by boat in the middle of the lake and take a swim, but yeah. Are you getting any sort of overload of the beautiful traveling you've done? Ooh, great question, Phil. Great question. I do miss having just my home. I miss home. I miss kind of starting to miss having all my stuff, all my different clothes, and access to my daily routine. I miss kind of cooking at home as well. So I miss those things. Am I overloaded by the beauty? No, I'm not overloaded by the beauty. Not in the least bit. Every time I come to one of these places, I've been more and more tempted to go to more and more of these places. To see more of the beauty in Europe. I am so tempted to stay even more time in Europe, but I will be going back, and then I think I'll be coming back as soon as possible. How are your feet, knees, and calves? Ooh, great question, Esfield. They feel better than ever. I feel like I've gotten the best workout of my life. So you're not tired of traveling, Reverend? Jenny? Yeah, that's a great question. I am a little bit tired of traveling. I'm not gonna complain at this very moment in time because this is just immensely beautiful, but indeed I am, yes. I am a little bit of... Is this the Bellagio one? Let's see. This is the Bellagio one. Let's go Bellagio. Alright. Let me see what time it is. 1:42. This could be the Bellagio one. Yeah. is. All right, let's see if we can catch it. Mel, will I travel to Australia? Well, yes, when it opens up in 2030, I will definitely love to go to Australia and visit my friends. Because I have a few friends in Australia. Scusa. Grazie. Can we catch it? Don't leave here, it's the biz. We are going to Bellagio. I'm staying live. I'm gonna show you. Yes, but Bellagio is the most famous. The railings look dangerous, not sturdy. Yep, and the center is off. Yeah, I think this is Bellagio. Yeah, let's go. Hey, Lorraine and Paola and Ariel. Justin says Australia will open up by 2023. Oh, that's good news. I was expecting 2030, but it's good news. Mel says her government's very. I hope so up until 2030. Visit Villa Balbianello in Leno. Yes, I do intend on doing that. So ferries cost, I think, about €6 per trip around there. I end up getting a daily ticket for the Middle Lake area, so I can travel unlimited in the Middle Lake for €15. All right, let me see if this is Bellagio. Hold on tight, everyone. Put on your boat shoes. Yes. Bellagio? Menage, okay. Which is the next to Bellagio? 10 minutes. Grazie mille. All right, awesome. Got here on time. 10 minutes, 20 more minutes. Okay, if you guys want to jump in, be sure to get your tickets. If you want to jump in virtually. And by ticket, I mean you got to press that like button right now if you're on YT. If you're watching on FB, you got to share this video. And that's your ticket to Bellagio. That one's going to Bellagio, so don't get them confused. You'll be maybe disappointed if you go to Bellagio instead of Bellagio. So that is the price of admission. Slam that like button on YT, or if you're on FB, share this video. And if you're on Twitch, say something, say anything. So let me know that someone's watching on Twitch. That's all I ask about the Twitchers. All right, let's continue walking around. I got 10 minutes. I gotta find a bottle of water before I really continue. Enough time for another cup of coffee. Indeed it is. Hey, Kay. Lorraine says, hey, Kay, thank you so much for accompanying Ariel during this trip and everyone else. So much for tuning in. Oh, Gapple's tuning in. The Jotas is tuning in. Alright, I don't see it. I still buying water, so I still got some left. I'll buy in Bellagio. I'll splurge and maybe buy Campari Spritz in Bellagio if you can hear me through the wind. Let's enjoy. I'll show you the timetable. Oh, this is a beautiful view right here. All right, look at this. Let's step a little bit back. There we go. Here's a quick tutorial. Photos, urbanist style, is very similar to the cinematography of Wes Anderson. I love my symmetry. I love being very symmetrical. I love the one-point perspective. Here's not so much one point, but one-point perspective means that you're looking straight in the center. Here, not so much because we have the mountain kind of offset, but still it's beautifully framed. Another pro tip to take a great photo is to use a frame that frames an object. So in this case, I could just show you the mountain right over here. And this is still a compelling photo. It's very nice, but let me know, which one do you prefer? For me, over here. I think this is more compelling photo because you have something framing this beautiful mountain and the lake. The other thing is make sure you're leveled. So camera, make sure you're holding it level. And also make sure you are not tilting up or tilting down too much. Because if you have it more straight ahead, you get a more realistic perspective. Now, if you want condensed space, if you want to make this mountain look really close to the framing, we got to step away. And right now I'm using wide angle, but we have to use, we can get a really interesting shot over here, right here. Oh, that's a little bit, right here. So you, and condense it. So if you use closer up lens, 1x, 2x on iPhone, condensing. And we can also frame it with these two guys over here. Over here, look. That's a little bit more difficult. There we go. Here are all the times. Make sure the horizon line is not dead center in the composition. Depends. I know what you mean, yeah. Paul does make a good pro tip. Alright, I'm gonna sit down on this bench and wait for the ferry. I like the water so much, getting the itch to go back to the beach, says Reverend Jenny. Yeah, Reverend Jenny, yeah. There's a bench review. This view is amazing. Not as quite as romantic as the other one because we're right by beautiful parking. Oh, the beautiful fumes of carbon monoxide. But we have Stefano the seagull. He's been following us during this trip. This is gorgeous. I am loving these views. What's the name? We're touring the town of Varena. So this side, well, we're right next to parking. It's not as near as romantic as the other one. But because it is comfortable, this is good for some long-term seating. And you do have the shade of the tree. So, for the practicality of being able to read and enjoy a little bit more, and you don't have a horde of people passing through by you, like the other spot, I would give this just 1 point higher than the other one. This is an 8.1 out of 10. So as I mentioned, this is Varena, right there. How windy is it over here? Very windy. And we're going to Bellagio next. So Bellagio is right there. Going from Varena to Bellagio. It's about a 20-minute trip on the ferry. And I think this ferry that's in Alright, does everyone have their tickets? Let me know right now. Otherwise you may be kicked off by plank from the ferry if you don't have your tickets. Is this where Ethan Hawke goes? Oh, great question. I don't know. That's a great question. I know Ethan Hawke is a New Yorker, and I think he lives in New York. He's actually a member of the Players, which I was a member for 3 months. Did not get to see him, unfortunately. But that would be cool if Ethan Hawke comes here. I would hang out with Ethan Hawke. I think George and Ethan Hawke would be the best duo to go have dinner with. Some aperitivo. Mel, have I gone to any clubs? Most clubs are closed. If they were open, I usually would not go because I'm not so interested in clubbing. Christine, thank you so much for the 100 stars. Facebook is doubling stars, and we got one more week left. A few more days left to reach the goal. So let's reach 75,000 stars, and Facebook will double it. Priya got your ticket, amazing. Nancy, nice to see you here. I think Ethan Hawke would be the amazing dinner guest because the man is really an artist and a proper New Yorker. Danish says it, oh, it's okay. Danish, if you were Italian, rather than saying it's okay, it's more. Oh. I think this is the opposite of meh or okay, in my opinion. Okay, the mountain is erupting. So this lake has been in use by the ancient Romans since the time of Pliny the Younger. Pliny the Younger was of Pliny the Elder, who died in Mount Vesuvius. And Pliny the Younger saw Mount Vesuvius erupt from a distance in 79 AD. Later in his life, he decided to open up 2 main villas here. One of them was called the Commedia. Comedy. I'm not sure why they call it comedy. I gotta put on my mask. So Pliny the Younger, back in after 79 AD, maybe about 10 years after, opened up 2 villas here, and it'd be of the rich aristocrat Romans. I'll show my ticket. Now these tickets, they make it very flimsy. This ticket, they make it super flimsy, so make sure you're holding on strong to it. Yeah, buy your ticket before you board. I think you can buy tickets online. From what I see. Nina's hoping there'll be another screening, because usually there always is. I don't think you need to get your hopes up. seating here. There's cars as well, so if you're driving by car, you can island hop. Peggy, they did check my ticket. I did not show my ticket specifically, but they did check it. I have a limited ticket for the day in the Middle Lake area, which connects Varena, Bellagio, and like 2 other places. Ronald, no, I didn't bring my hat because it is very breezy today. It's not really that super hot. Okay, everyone, we're going to our final stop, Bellagio. We're going to explore Bellagio. If you don't have your notifications on, be sure to press that bell button on YT. FB, it's a little bit more complicated. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated. I'll let everyone know how to do an FB. If you know how to put on notifications on FB now, do let us know. Dean says, yeah, indeed. Reverend says, I'm so excited. Yeah, we're going to the Hotel Bellagio. Oh, no. Wait, we're not in Vegas. We are going to the town of Bellagio. Is there a buffet and a casino here? There, says Little Walt. My colleague, amazing live streamer, Action Kid, most likely did show you the Bellagio. After my video, check out the Bellagio live video that he did and feel free to do a comparison. Wow. Hawk is a fever dream, a Gnostic vision trying to teach you a lesson by smoking devil's lettuce. That's a beautiful way of putting it. Actually, Ethan Hawke has read a few poems by Allen Ginsberg set to music by Philip Glass, and it's just impeccably beautiful. Search it up. Ethan Hawke, Allen Ginsberg on Spotify. Or the reason we're mentioning Ethan Hawke is because apparently he summer homes here. That's why. What's the altitude of people here now? Great question. Very laid back. Very laid back. Oh, Kay found it out. Thank you so much, Kay, for figuring it out. So for notifications, go into the Urbanist page. Then there's 3 dots on the top right, and you can turn on notifications there if you press them. So on the page, there's the More Options button, which is usually 3 dots, and there you can select notifications. Arrivederci, Varena. Now we're off to Bellagio. You can rent a boat also, by the way, which I'm so tempted to do. Justin says there's no General Tso's? No General Tso's chicken. No Crocs here. We are in Italy, not in Las Vegas. Hey, Mona is so awesome for giving me a $10 super chat. Grazie, Mola. Grazie mille. Did you eat lunch yet, Debbie? I did. I ate before going on this video. I needed all the energy I could to explore this beautiful lake. Debbie, I ate panino. In the US, it would be called panini. A panino sandwich with the local cheese, which I'm not sure what it was, but it was some local cheese, with olive pate. So basically crushed olives with marinated in oil. And some spinach and tomatoes. Oh, that was so good. And a very fluffy bread, ciabatta bread. And also had coffee, doppio americano, which means basically the americano that you would get in the US, which is 2 shots of espresso with steamed water, and a yogurt. It looks like a volcano cloud. Yes, Klaus. We are witnessing an eruption right now. Make this video go viral. How long have you been traveling so far? No. 2 months. Mala sent 1,000 stars. Mala and Mona. Oh, we got all the M's. Thank you so much for the 1,000 stars. We're gonna reach that goal, 75k stars. If you're watching on Facebook and want Mark Zuckerberg to pay up a little bit more, they're doubling stars these next few days by the time we end this trip. So send stars right now, and Facebook will be doubling it out. We have about 15,000 stars. Paul says, where are your next destinations? Stay tuned. I'll be back traveling soon, at some point. Very soon, actually. I don't think I'm going to stay too long away from beautiful parts abroad. Stars. Thank you so much. Okay. 18,000 stars. Now, as do I listen to music while I travel? Yes. Actually, I listen to this beautiful classical piece by an artist called Scott Buckley, and that ended up inspiring me so much on a train ride that I made that video about Friuli, traveling with What a Shame Mary Jane. So thank you so much, Paul. Paul is a very generous star sender. Thank you so much, Paul, and supporter as well. Thank you. Margaret sent stars as well. Thank you so much, Margaret, for the stars. Deanne, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Class, you're turning on the fan to feel the full effect. Yes. Paul, thank you so much for the other 200 stars. Eugene from South Africa, welcome. It was kind of the Bellagio is right there, and we're gonna see it soon. But it's the center part of the Y. So the entire lake is shaped like a Y, or an inverse Y. The center part is Bellagio. Nina says 2 months of sheer beauty. Oh, yes indeed. No wonder people come here to Lake Como, because look at this immense beauty. Gavel says, is Action Kid my nemesis? No, he's a friend and an awesome person overall. Very talented live streamer, video maker, walker. Where was George Clooney married? Ooh, Mel, I don't know where he was married. Great question. If anyone knows, let us know. Debbie and Lorraine, thank you so much for sending stars. I appreciate you, Debbie and Lorraine. Hope all is well, Debbie. Hope all is well, Lorraine. Lugano is gorgeous, says S. Fields. Is that Lugano? Debbie, wow, 530 stars. Very generous. Thank you so much, Debbie. Wow. George got married in Venice. Thank you so much, Sue. George Clooney got married in Venice. And he has some home over here. Carmel says you will need to rest when you go to the US. Oh yes. Oh yes, I will rest when I go to the US. Don't stress. It'll be for the best. I'm sure I won't make a mess. And I'll be perfectly dressed for the good rest. A poem by Ariel Vera. I'll show you over here. Let's go over here. Deanne, thank you so much for a $10 super chat. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt got married in Georgia's villa. Really? S. Fields. Oh, that's really cool. Sí, sí. And have I gained any weight? No, I think quite the opposite. Sue says Georgia's Laglio. It's not mentioned in the map. Kate says, I wonder if a car has ever fallen off the back. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, Kay. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I'm not sure how stormy this movie gets at all. and gentlemen, that was Keeper of the Multiverse from the Afterworld album, the official Urbanist album. If you want to listen to it, search it on Spotify. You can buy it on iTunes or Amazon Music. Keeper of the Multiverse. Veronica, thank you so much for wanting to send stars. First you have to buy the stars and then you have to send them. So it's a two-step process. I know it's a little bit confusing, not like a super chat. You have to buy and then you have them and then you send them. 2 steps. You're becoming a possible movie soundtrack composer. Well, I don't compose them, Gigi, myself. I produce them. So you can consider me a movie soundtrack producer. That definitely. Or director. And creatively too. Merely pay the artist. I own the full copyright to it, exclusive for my videos. So now we have arrived to Bellagio. And no, this is not Las Vegas. We are in the actual real-life town of Bellagio, the namesake of the Las Vegas hotel. Well, this is our final stop. We're going to explore the town a little bit, and then I'll be back live later in other parts of Lake Como. Susie says your camera work is awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Susie. Lizette sent 50 stars. Thank you so much. Kardashians. Nope. No, those 2 things here. And hopefully no reggaeton. I love the music of my people, but I'm not sure. I don't think Lake Como is reggaeton territory. I think here we need some Italian disco by Pino D'Angelo. I wish I could play some Italian disco, but that is definitely, I don't own the copyright to that music. Do you know which scenes from The Godfather were shot in Italy? I don't know, Mel. That's a great question. I don't think it is in mainland. If I were to assume, I would assume that they were filmed in southern Italy or in Sicily. I don't think they're necessarily here, but if anyone knows for sure, do let us know. Maybe there's a scene here in The Godfather, but I'm not 100% sure. I am going to attempt Star Wars Episode 2 and Casino Royale and a few other famous movies. Okay. Got it. We left. Orange. Suzette, thank you so much for 400 stars. Carme, thank you so much for recommending so many places. The reason I can't visit X and X place is time. I can only be here so long, and then B, also budget. I only have so much of a budget. Not yet do I have the billions of Elon Musk. Not yet. One day in the future, but at the very moment in time, I can't do all the towns. What is this thing over here? A little trolley over here. Check this out. Scusa, where does this go? The tour, okay. Is it starting right now?
Outside the center.
Oh. Outside the center?
Yes.
And it comes back here?
Yes, you come back here in 25 to
Okay, awesome. And there's still space?
Yes. How many clips?
Just one.
One.
Yeah, one.
One, five. Prego.
This one? Okay. Sure, sure. That's it.
Bruno, devo farti scendere.
Grazie mille.
Devo farlo.
Grazie. Okay, wonderful. Oh, I gotta wear a mask. Okay, I got front row seats, everyone. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet during this ride, but I hope you enjoy the beautiful views, and then I'll keep on talking once we get to the main area again. I think it'll be like 15 minutes or so.
Se salgono i signori con la mascherina qua. It's okay? If you want.
Vi informerò che il biglietto è valido per tutte le varie per poi prendere il treno. Potete fermare a richiesta e pian piano per questa di schiacciare il pulsante sintonico. Con 43 540 costruita in stile neogotico verso la fine del XIX secolo come chiesa anglicana e in tempi recenti sconsacrata. Se volete, potete prenotare ora la vostra fermata presso l'Hotel Belvedere.
After the park, on the right, we can see the original Gothic building.
Alla vostra sinistra, ecco uno dei due rami del lago di Como, e precisamente quello diretto Pietro sposta su 3 piani verso i propri quali per rivolgere poco privato.
On your left, by Count Pietro Venini, a native in this fireplace big wall has had many owners, including the Bellagio, Nico I. It is still privately owned.
Penny 150 stars. Wow, that's so generous of you. Thank you so much. That's $22. Thank you. Thank you. Henning is sponsoring this trolley. And Mona. Thank you.
Rovesciata alla nostra destra la a sinistra.
Yeah, if anyone knows how tall the mountains are, do let us know.
Due volte al giorno, tranne il lunedì.
You can note on the top of the promontory of Bellagio a 1700
The trolley was $5.
the magnificent only we've got
Yeah, New York collection. So the Rockefeller Center here has a scholarship. So a scholar here. And that's so cool. Fang is also sponsoring the trolley ride. Fang is sponsoring also the trolley ride with Henning. Yeah, Italy is filled with so much beauty. So much. Same thing with Greece as well. So these two countries, impeccable. Mona is joining in on the trolley sponsorship. Thank you so much, Mona.
Così vostra destra, di là da Cuba, si trova il bellissimo parco botanico di Villa Melzi, ricco di piante che provengono da diverse parti. La villa e il suo parco, sfruttano il meglio della città, sono stati fatti con sculture da Francesco Palazzieri, diretto collaboratore di Napoleone Bonaparte. Se volete, potete prenotare il
Christine, thank you so much for 1,000 stars. Christine is joining on the trolley fund. Thank you so much.
Which is the lovely botanical garden of Villa Melzi, full of plants from all
Gavel, no. PayPal.me/Ariel Vera. If anyone could put the link so I can tag it. The PayPal link. Gavel, yeah. If you want PayPal.me/Ariel Vera.
for Villa Melzi.
Nella piccola piazzetta noteremo tra poco la cappella privata della villa in stile neoclassico, posta accanto a uno dei due ingressi del giardino. Si consiglia una visita al parco.
Another way to sponsor
In the little square,
trolley
we
ride
will
or
soon see the family chapel
aperitivos.
in the of the two entrances to the garden. If you have time,
Sì, Garden Villa Melzi, fermata di Loppia. L'unico esemplare rimasto di gondola lariana, imbarcazione una volta funzionante a vela, utilizzata sino alla fine del XX secolo per il trasporto.
at the dock, Larius gondola that used to sail the lake until the end of 20th century and transported product and livestocks.
Noterete un'elegante scalinata e poco sopra di essa a destra la chiesa romanica di San XVI secolo.
A little farther on your left, we can note an elegant staircase, and above it, on the right, the Romanesque church of St. Mary of Loppia from the late 11th century.
Dall'altra parte del lago, la grande Villa Bianca è il famoso giardino botanico di Villa Carlotta.
On the other side of the lake, the white big villa. Take us to the main road that leads to Como.
Subito dopo il ponte sul torrente Perro, voltiamo a destra per raggiungere la frazione di San Giovanni, dove si trova l'insediamento oltre storico e interessante museo di strumenti per magazzini, dove sono e servono passare anche verso il luogo delle danze. Della frazione di San Giovanni.
Immediately after the bridge over the Perlo stream, we turn right to reach the hamlet of San Giovanni, where, in an old tower, there is an interesting museum of navigation instruments, where over 200 precious objects with flower granite basement
think, or is the church? I think it's down that way, but I can't see it right now.
Il paese di Bellagio, unito con Civello, conta poco meno di 4.000 abitanti.
Roma, great
Adesso
Fast and Furious
sono
reference.
due piccole frazioni. Il centro storico, da dove siamo partiti, si trova a 200 metri sul livello del mare. L'altezza si trova circa a 1200 metri d'altezza, e cioè è il gradino di disciplina dove si può sciare. E se questa città è stata
Christine, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you.
Village of Bellagio.
Susie, Susie is joining on the
ora dolcemente.
Ana, el palacio de es bastante lejos, so the farther away, it's not accessible, but I think
prima di raggiungere il grado puntino del traghetto da dove siamo partiti. Sicuramente dietro un'altra
it's too fast, too furious.
era il prestigioso ed elegante Hotel Gran Bretagna, in attesa dell'inizio dei lavori di quest'anno.
Before reaching the ferry dock from which we departed, on our that was once the elegant and prestigious Hotel
sia stato di vostro gradimento. Vi auguriamo un buon soggiorno a Bellagio.
We would like to thank you for being our guest. We hope you enjoy the tour and we wish you a pleasant stay in Bellagio. Arrivederci.
We're coming back. We're sitting back here. Because we need to get the deal with the Giovanni and
Okay. Wow. Whew. Whew. Wow. That was fast. Oh my god. I may have not ended up in Sand Island, but I ended up in Six Flags. Wow. Whew. So many cars here. Why is there so many cars? Whew. Yeah, that was a very fun ride, but wow, that was fast. The fastest trolley ride I've ever been on. That's not a roller coaster. And lots of crazy twists and turns. I thought the Santorini buses were crazy, but this one, not as high cliffs, but very, very quick. I gotta connect my battery. Let me know and want me to hook up to my battery. But if you do, you have to do one or two things. If you're on YT, slam that like button. If you're on FB, share this video with relevant Facebook groups about travel, about Europe, about Italy, or about Italian Americans of course, in America. So share this video on FB, and on YT, slam that like button, and I will hook up my battery and continue showing you beautiful views of Bellagio, and I'll be back live later. I will be opening up the coffers for anyone who wants to sponsor the subsequent video that I show via a fake. I'm not sure what I can do, but I can take the ferry all the way through the entire lake, which is a very long trip. It's about a 2-hour trip. So I'm opening up the coffers for that. So if anyone wants to sponsor that, do let us know. All right, let me find a place to sit down and connect my battery. Have a freshly squeezed orange and lemon. That does sound pretty damn good right now. Give me a coffee, wow, says Wendy. I think I'm gonna have a coffee a little bit later. Cynthia, buenos días. Bendiciones a ti también. Wow. That's a huge car for Bellagio. Wow. Homemade ravioli with roasted veal breast, sauteed in butter and sage. Homemade pappardelle, sauteed with goose liver and porcini mushrooms. Wow. That's so interesting. Interesting pasta dishes they have here. Wow. I want a schnitzel, please, says Oleg. I don't think this is the right place. I think we have to go to the next countries over. Switzerland, which I think we could take a train to Switzerland from here. Or Austria, which is a little bit more further away. Mel says avoid tourist spots. Indeed, Mel. Indeed. So here are the famous drapes of Bellagio's. I'm putting my camera down. Ah, here it is. Okay. For one, that's it. That's it.
mortadella, signore, prosciutto crudo e melone, slice pizza, risotto, madame oil, ok. Madam, another table.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay.
Could I have
Okay, you can sit in there. Okay, madam. No? Ok. Questo lo metto nel suo quadro, non è solo un mentire.
Campari Spritz, per favore. E una acqua pulita. Hey everyone. Break a little bit as the battery charges. So feel free to ask me any questions and then we'll walk around Bellagio. So I'm doing a maybe a little bit more in these live videos. And I gotta reapply some sunscreen. Hey Wendy. Don't lag on me now. Okay, I hope the connection goes back. Okay. The camera cannot be moved too much. Wendy says looking good. Thank you so much, Wendy. The Godfather's behind you. Indeed, indeed. Fang, nice to see you. It's mandatory to wear masks indoors, but not really outdoors. But of course, do check out the regulations. Each area of Italy itself has its own regulations similar to the US. And it does change day by day. So, are we going to the Flamingo next? Ooh, were you referring to it at all? Tranquilo. Nomás dice lindo verte más tranquilo. Así, me encanta. Sí, me siento bien tranquilo aquí. Nomás says it's nice to see you relaxed. I feel very relaxed here. You're getting more handsome by the day, says Patty. Oh, thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You look like an intellectual, says Mel. I'm about to feel like an intellectual with a good Campari Spritz, following that good Milanese tradition of drinking a Campari Spritz right at the... Check it out yesterday. I showed the original Campari bar. I will be posting a TikTok video of it soon as well. Thank you for a few... I need to sit down. I cannot walk around anymore. That got me close to Carsec. And I love roller coasters, but that was a crazy ride. Hey, welcome S Fields to the live video. Oh, Rosaline, thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, if you want access to my 360 videos, if you want postcards from these beautiful places, I send postcards regularly, about once a month. You can go to patreon.com/urbanist and become a mega urbanist, or a YT. It's $20 a month or more. Have you lost your hat, says Just Kate? No, it's at home. It's at my place in Milan. I did not bring one because I knew I was going to be in boats, so I did not want to risk it flying away. Sì, grazie. No, gassata. Oh.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Grazie. Alright, so here's a nice snacks before maybe trying a full meal here somewhere in Lake Como. The latest trains that go back to Milan is about 10 p.m. So I have to be by one of the major train stops by 10 p.m. and that'll be either Como, Verona. Bellagio is a little bit trickier. That's it. Alright, and I got for this massive sparkling water, but I'm thirsty. Inviting, oh yes it is. Ooh. And the sun is shining on the car, so I gotta put on my sunglasses. It's shining into my eyes. Drink recommended by the driver. Indeed, indeed. I also got agua gasata, which means seltzer, to seltzer up my Campari even more. All right, feel free to ask me any questions as I drink this Campari Spritz. Mona says there's syncing issues. Is anyone else experiencing syncing issues? Sometimes it is on your end. So the Campari Spritz. This was developed at Milan, at the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. Campari was developed there in 1867. It was opened up by Gaspare Campari, right at the very entrance of the Galleria. And then right next door, actually right above the cafe, his son, Davide, was born. And in 1915, Davide decided to open up a little Campari shop called Camparino, Bar Camparino, which means little Campari. And there he had easy access to seltzer that was from the basement. So he developed tubes to chilled always. Before seltzer, you had to have the bottle, and either you have to use huge then, or you had to put in ice, which also was pretty expensive, especially in Italy. Europe quite didn't have an ice industry similar to the US. So it was very innovative that he was able to have refrigerated seltzer directly plugged into the bar so he could serve Campari Spritz all day. And that ended up being the birth. I gotta say, this one is a very well-balanced Campari Spritz. They did not skimp out on the Campari. Cheap. And it's supposed to be Campari Prosecco, which is a sparkling wine, and just a bit of seltzer. They did that right. You should try Spritz Hugo. Oh, I will. I also got a mean to try a Spritz Sonar as well. And yeah, sorry for the buffer. I can't control it too much. I hope it's not too bad. Some peanuts. I'm not gonna move the camera too much because there is bad service, and some olives. And luckily there's no olive in my Campari Spritz. I'm so glad. Unlike the tradition that that Mary Jane had in Friuli. Marty, why are some of the images mirrored? It's part of the app. It's tricky on the iPhone because they have a selfie camera. And if I were to manually reverse it, it'll be very disorienting for me. Very disorienting, unfortunately. Smooth live video experience. You're watching a reversed image when it comes to selfie mode. But at least I know where to point. Like right here, to the souvenir shop. Hey, Indigo said, and a meal if you stopped in Lake Garda, just as beautiful as Lake Como. From Milan is an easy access from Milan. People here are well dressed. You can tell that there's some very well-off people. Bad service. Wake up back. 2 hours from Centrale Station. Thank you, Camilla. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I still have a few more days left. I love exploring cities, but I don't know, Italy has made me, Italy and Greece. Just Kate says, I'm heading to Rome tomorrow. Any scams to watch out for? Except, do not be polite either. It's very important to not be polite to the men who try to give you bracelets, because they will take advantage of the politeness, and then suddenly they appear polite, they appear friendly, and then they will and not just a euro, but they'll hassle you for. If someone tries to give you a bracelet, do not be polite. Just say a firm no and keep on walking. You won't get assaulted or anything, so don't worry. It won't be. There is a chance that they will hassle you a lot, or surround you. Otherwise, I encountered this in I encountered this in Venice. In Venice, someone was trying to make me sign things. Paris, from New York, you don't sign anything. It doesn't matter whatever the petition is, don't sign it. If they say it's for the poor, be discerning. Usually that's not your sympathy, and try to make you sign something, and then they'll haggle you for money. So be careful. Again, don't worry. People will not do bodily harm. They will not assault you. So don't worry too much. Don't be too fearful. But they will be aggressive. Are you enjoying the views? They're beautiful when it comes to live streaming. So I'm gonna wrap it up soon here so we can keep on walking. Somebody asked if the olives taste different. They do. Yeah. That's where the sunglasses are from. That says nice sunglasses. Thank you so much. They're from a company called Warby Parker. Warby Parker. All right. I'm gonna drink this very quickly. We're gonna take. Watch them pips, yeah. Ashley says, me thinking about the petition. I feel you, Wendy. I feel you, Ashley. I'm not a fan of giving. I don't like giving, definitely not my address or phone number. And you never are obliged to give. Or maybe a restaurant, maybe a tour. You're not obliged ever to give away any of your information. Unless if you're doing payment, but if you're payment, the only thing they should be collecting is if you're paying by credit card. Maximum the zip code, they ask that for in the US, but otherwise nothing more. You're never obliged to give your number, address, or email. Reverend, had to go now, be back for dinner. Oh, thank you so much, Reverend Jenny. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. As Fields, yeah, I think that's the case. I think a good nap is perfect here. You're after drinking a good. This is perfect. What town are you in Como? I'm in Bellagio right now. Hello, me to school from Sunnyside. All right, time to go. Ooh, this was a good aperitivo. Good speed aperitivo. Espiel says that the individual behind me reminds you of Weekend at Bernie's. It's one of my favorite movies as a little kid was Weekend at Bernie's number 1 and 2. I actually really want to see a Weekend one day make it. I'm not sure if all the actors are still alive. Are they? Is Bernie the actor still alive? Oh, Romal says that's the train driver. Yeah. They have the smallest gelateria I've seen. Coco Webby, shipping any wine back home. I appreciate the wine. I appreciate wine culture, but I really don't drink it too much. So back home is coffee, but I encountered a really genuine old like I've encountered in Rome. So now I kind of regret not buying in Rome, specifically Prati, which was really, really good. I wish I would have bought coffee beans over there. Authentic coffee shops. Eating olives on a live video, not so attractive. I still want to do a live video with Bernie Sanders in Vermont, Burlington, Vermont. You can get Illy coffee here. Illy is not a small, local or regional place. But maybe I should just go to the capital of coffee roasters in Italy. Maybe I should go to Torino. Maybe that's where all roads lead, is to Turin. Cheers. Are you guys ready to walk? Let me know. That's really good. Scusa? Il conto, per favore? Grazie. Ooh, that drink looks refreshing, says Catherine. Yes, this was a Campari Spritz. Campari, Prosecco, and just a splash of seltzer. Sometimes you'll... There, great to see you. Show us the shroud. Yeah, I can't walk in these porticos. There's not good service, so I gotta walk outside. That was a good Campari Spritz. It was strong. Oh my god. And show us. Let me pay for this. Is that you end off with biting off a good slice of orange. Alcohol. Alan says, is the man behind you alive? I'm not sure. I really don't know. But I hope so. I hope so. Maybe with some music. That was a crazy strong Campari Spritz. Grazie. Oh, I'm ready to pay. Yeah. Rocky says the signal has been cutting in and out. I'm so sorry. I wish, you know, these scenarios, I wish I could have great service. It would be so awesome to have great service everywhere. Yeah, I'm so sorry. You know, once I sat down, it's hard to kind of go to a restaurant and sit down and realize, oh no, there's bad service, and kind of move around. Unfortunately, but I hope me showing you this live, end up enjoying it. I ordered this. Did not need to order a big one. It's funny because if you order a small one, they give you like a really tiny. They give you like a tiny one that's like this small. It's like $150. But if you just pay $150 more, you end up getting a gigantic liter of sparkling water. And that was a total of €9. €9. The Campari Spritz, €6 with all the snacks included. And Rocky says you're still worth it. I'm so glad. How much does the bodyguard cost? I don't need to spend money on that. But as a rule, everyone, if I am sitting down, showing food, showing a drink, I know sometimes people like saying hi to me while passing through. Please wait or don't do that while I'm sitting down. I love while I'm sitting down. Otherwise, I'm always happy to say hi for a few seconds while walking around. You guys ready? I'm gonna take one more sip of water and then ready to go. Let's go. give us one last look at Bernie. No, as I mentioned, Italians are very specific about their privacy, so I generally avoid as much as possible to point the camera at someone. So yeah, as I mentioned, don't approach me when I am eating sitting down during a live video, because I prefer to give all my attention to people who are tuning in live. So I'm always happy to say hi while I'm walking through for a few seconds. Otherwise, please don't approach me when I am sitting down, enjoy a coffee or food. For me, that is not the place to view the viewers. If I wanted to have a guest, I would have them pre-planned. Can you make the Campari sweet? It already, well, it tastes bitter, but yeah, if you want a sweeter drink, oh, that's a good question. Try Aperol. Aperol is a little bit less bitter. Aperol Spritz, if you want a little bit less bitter tasting. All right, let's walk through Bellagio. Ooh, someone's parking here. So Bellagio is known for having these drapes. Let me know if there's a better word for them. I know there's a better word for them, but drapes on the porticos. Portico is a covered sidewalk, and Italy is famous for them. I wish the US would implement these. I know there's a few towns in California that has implemented porticos. And let's see, the cars are here. Here we have Fiat, we have Audis, we have a Camry. Blinds. Are they called blinds? Do they call them blinds here? Let me know. See you in this. Thank you so much. So I wish I could show you the tiny little streets, but there's a good chance there's barely any service here in the tiny little streets. So we'll stick to the perimeter. You can order a Spritz Misto, which is Campari and Aperol. Ah, Indigo. Indigo. Thank you so much for clarifying. I'm going to order a Spritz Misto next time. Thank you so much. Would most Italians know what I'm talking about? You know, because like if you go to the US and you ask for a mojito, of course some bartenders will know how to make it, but sometimes bartenders have no idea what a mojito is, even though it's a popular drink. Let me know if that's the case in Italy. Is Spritz Misto kind of understood universally in Italy, or do I have to explain it? You might see a certain George Clooney. Video, George Clooney, Ethan Hawke. Apparently Brad Pitt is here as well. Another beautiful cafe right over here. That was a nice place. You know, these places might be tourist traps, but when it comes to aperitivo, food might be not so good, but the aperitivo is going to be always good because you can't really mess up aperitivo. It's really hard to do so. Indigo says most people know. Gary says George is now scared because of my warning. Even for George, yes, George, please do not approach me when I'm eating. But if George says hi to me while I'm walking, I'm more than happy to say hi back to George. This is a beautiful little restaurant, and look at these benches. Oh, wow. These benches are in high demand. Oh, so fun. Show George Clooney's house. Maybe. Mona asks, what is the price? Mona, sorry I didn't respond earlier. What is the price of a water taxi? The maximum for a water taxi appears to be 120 euro. I think if you get like a full tour from a water taxi spontaneously, I think a maximum you would probably pay is 200 euro. I think. Though I might consider doing a water taxi from the villa that I want to show you later on today, all the way to Como. I'm not sure how much they'll charge. Maybe 120 euro, maybe around there. I don't know. But nonetheless, the coffers are being open for anyone who wants to sponsor either a ferry ride or a water taxi. Any of those three. I'll do at least one of those three, but I can't promise from one of those three. Water taxi, ferry, long ferry, very long ferry across the length, almost the entire length of the lake, or half the lake at least, and or a tour. For a 2-hour boat tour in Lake Como, Mona, I think it should be anywhere between 40 euro if it's shared to about 200 euro if it's private, I think. Don't quote me on that, but those are the prices I've seen mostly quoted online. I try to reach out to one specific tour guide who looks really cool. He's appeared in a few vlogs, but he did not reach back, unfortunately. I was hoping to feature a cool boat tour guy here in Lake Como. Mona says, look into it, please. Okay, we'll do. Oh, beautiful purses. Beautiful masks. Wow, wow. Oh, I like this. With the matching tie. Oh, that's really cool. I don't wear ties, but that looks really cool. Well, this is curious as to price. Let's see. 100 euro for these purses. Not too bad. That could be George Clooney. We might see him at any... Can we contact the guide for you? If anyone knows a good guide here, do let me know right now in the comments. And maybe I'll consider you reaching out to them, similar to what we did in Torcello. Do let me know. I'll only go on an official water taxi, a licensed one. So if anyone knows an official licensed water taxi, do let me know. Or official licensed tour guide. Oleg says, welcome to the new reality where masks should match ties. Indeed, Oleg. Indeed. Oh my god, there's a restaurant called Baba Yaga. What? If you don't know what Baba Yaga means, watch the John Wick films starring Keanu Reeves, one of the greatest actors who have ever lived. And Baba Yaga means the boogeyman in Russian. I think it's in Russian. Which is hilarious. Why is there a restaurant called Baba Yaga here? Selling burgers and pizza. Nina sent 100 stars. Thank you so much, Nina. Nina is contributing to the... Well, I'll count from 5. So anyone who sends $5 or more will count towards the water tour fund. Whatever boat it might be. Please hire Luca Lake Como Tour. He is someone you can trust. Luca Lake Como Tour. Okay. Luca Lake Como tour. Gary says, here's a thought. Set up a team vlog with Mr. and Mrs. Clooney. George would be glad for the exposure. I think George has enough exposure. I don't think he needs more. Where's the steam coming from? What's over here? I'm gonna point the camera up. Let me know. Easy. What did you see? What was that steam coming from? I wonder when do the celebs visit Bellagio? Most likely it'll be this time of year. It smells like a fire. Let's see if there's anything to see down here. Oh no, let's not go down here. It's not that much to see. Are you staying on the island tonight? Ashley, no. No, I have to be back to one of the major 3 cities here in Lake Como to get back to Milan by 10 p.m. So I got until 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. to play safe. And you don't really need to reserve a ticket ahead of time because they pass hourly. So I think it'll be very, very rare that it'll get sold out. And actually, we are not on the island. I'm not sure if there's an island in Lake Como, but we are right now in the cities around the lake, which is on mainland. Are you using 2 or more cameras for this shoot? Nope, Funky, only 1 camera. No, this is not a multicam shoot. Multicam shoots are a bit more time intensive. They require more work and more people with me. Stay tuned. We might see more multicam live videos in the near future. Produced by the amazing Cliff Sobel. Nina said, knock on the door. It's not that type of live video, Nina. Lake Como boat is on Instagram. You can message Luca there, says Sonia. Ooh, thank you. Is there a monster in Lake Como? I don't think so, no. You know, I'm a bit bummed. Italy is gorgeous. It is truly, deeply beautiful. So I don't want to, well, I'm going to say next, seem like I am complaining. Because I'm deeply grateful for this trip. But what I miss about a destination is the legends and the secrets. And there's not that many here in Italy. I think it's because of the deep control that the Catholic Church had. So there's legends associated with like kind of the devil, but the devil is basically the only character in most of these legends. There's no other, I mean, the devil is an interesting character, but there's not that many others. Not that many monsters, no weird creatures. I don't know. There's not that much cool legends. So I wish there were more, because as a storyteller, those are the very interesting stories to tell. So maybe when I go to England and Ireland and Scotland, then it'll be different. Because I know that area of the world definitely has a lot more legends and monsters and other things like that. There's the mafia here, yeah. There's the mafia. But you have to go further south for that as well. Let's check out this church. Hopefully there's good service in this church. There is an island in Lake Como. Thank you so much. Who was this? Sue, thank you so much. Was Ariel joking about Keanu Reeves? No, he's one of the greatest actors who have ever lived. Yes. That man is on par with Daniel Day-Lewis. It's like Spider-Man Far From Home, one of the best movies ever made. Alright. Lots of people. I was about to enter and then boom, look at this. Always happens to me when I'm doing video. Every time. Every time. This is what happens to me when I start a live video. I find like an empty spot to start the live video. It's very quiet because, you know, I'm speaking in front of a camera on live video. So I want to start usually in a place where it's a bit calmer. When I start, it's literally a horde of people coming. So let's walk inside. That is a very interesting church, very medieval style, which we did not encounter so many here in Italy. Well, actually, there's a lot of medieval, but I don't know. This feels a little bit more Northern European, more like English medieval. It might be due to the stone. Klaus, can I turn off the mute the cell phone? That was not my cell phone, that was someone else's. So not mine. I always have my cell phone muted. I rarely have my ringtone. The dismay of some people, some friends and family. They're like, why do you have your phone off? I'm like, because I don't want to be bothered. So yeah, that was someone else. Church is better than a shrink. Very calming. You feel safe, says Nina. Yeah, I agree. Hope you can light another candle for everyone. Stay tuned. Stay tuned at all. Square. It is a gorgeous square. Wow. Okay, everyone. slam that like button right now. I gotta say it again because we're getting less views than individuals who show the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. There's a few live streamers that have shown the Bellagio, and they're all very talented, and I'm very grateful for them. They're very talented video makers and filmmakers and storytellers in their own right. But come on, should we be getting less views than the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas? I appreciate American ingenuity, I appreciate Las Vegas, but we're in the real Bellagio right now. So let's show people around the world the real Bellagio. Or a few people pronounce it more in the Italian way, Bellagio. Yes, we're in the real Bellagio. So slam that like button right now. Because wow, come on, we have to get more views than or at least the same views, as the hotels in Las Vegas. As I mentioned, my colleagues are doing great work, but I think this town deserves a little bit more love. So slam that like button for Bellagio. Hey, NYC Cherry Grove says buy some ties here. You know, I don't wear too many ties, but I've seen a few and they do look very beautiful. Cherry Grove. I don't even like ties. I have not worn one in years. Adams says, I slammed it. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of people have slammed it. I mentioned to the people who are tuning in. We were getting more and more people tuning in, so that's why I reminded to a lot of people. Yeah, this view is so picturesque. Ashley says some people like cheap thrills. Let them. We're big time over here. Indeed we are. Love the colors on the buildings. I wonder if Bellagio comes from the words bello and villaggio. Pretty village. Most likely. Yeah, bello. You can always break down words in Latin-based languages. Oh, I'm running out of battery again. Oh no. Okay. You guys want me to plug in again? I think there's a little bit more of this town to show. Let me know. I almost don't want to leave. So if you are indeed planning a honeymoon, come to Lake Como. I immediately recommend it. Immediately. No hesitation. This is probably one of the most romantic places I've seen. Alright. I'm hooked in. Sorry for the shaky cam. I gotta hook into my battery. Alright. Plug it in, plug it in. This is not sponsored by that company. Whatever that company is. I forgot who they were. Oh, it's getting cloudy. I heard it in the forecast. It says it's gonna rain for like an hour. Wow, people are just staring. Yeah, people do just stare. Ryan, as I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's making videos in public it's very easy to get self-conscious, of course, just like public speaking. But here in Italy, it'll definitely test your abilities to make videos in public. But Santorini was so romantic. Yeah, I mean Santorini too. Go both. Why choose one, Ashley? Do both. Not just Santorini, nor Lake Como. Maybe they think you're a movie star, says Mel. That could be the case, but as I mentioned, Italy, with cameras, people do stare. More so than other countries. I didn't even notice, to be honest, because I was busy connecting my battery. This is a street. Yes, there's actual cars passing here. Wow, this is beautiful. Everyone's European. Yep, a lot of Europeans here. There's a few Americans, but I think definitely more Europeans than there are Americans. I have not heard a Canadian in years. Or Australian. Oh, I almost forgot the Australian accent. It's been so long. How does it sound like again? The Australian accent is like a fleeting memory. You know, after someone passes, you know, a family member or significant other, after a while you kind of forget, which is so sad. And that's how I feel with the Australian accent. I'm almost forgetting how it sounded like. But maybe in 2030, I'll hear it once again in my ears.
Neben der Kaffeemaschine. Huh?
I appreciate you. Everyone's eating. Indeed they are, Teresa. Yeah. I mean, we are kind of in peak eating hours. Wow. Are people speaking mostly English or Italian? I hear Italian, I hear German, I hear English, I hear Spanish as well. Lots of Spaniards. I think I bumped into Puerto Ricans. And it was not a song of reggaeton. But yeah, I hear a lot of Spaniards and Germans. And I think it might be Austrians as well, but I can't tell the difference between the accent. This is the famous view. So a lot of people take selfies here or wedding photos and such. This is the famous view. Apparently it is even more gorgeous at sunset. Everyone takes a photo here. People are, as Ender, you're still arguing have ever lived. This is not the place, because here in Urbanus, that is already obvious that he's one of the greatest actors to ever lived. So this is not the place to argue that. Wow. Ronald says enchanting. And Wendy says romantic indeed. Yes, Wendy. Very romantic. Brian, have you had a pasta with... Thank you so much for a $20 super chat. Wow. Brian and Roxanne, thank you so much, Roxanne, as well. Roxanne, hope you're still watching. Roxanne gave us a $5 super chat, and Brian with the $20 super chat. Brian asks, have I had a pasta with pesto? No, I have not. Sandwich with pesto. I'm not the biggest fan of pesto. So, yeah. Always has a very kind of strong taste to it. It is indeed concentrated basil, so it has a very, very kind of punchy taste. So let me know. Maybe the pesto. Thank you so much for the $20 super. And Brian are the first two people for a boat. PM. We're gonna end with Bellagio before. Ludo says, I can't remember how much rain you had during these 2 months. What is this rain that you're talking about? Rain? Oh, a thing falling from the sky. I kind of remember it. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a very long time. Wow. Yeah, I have some memories of the rain. The thing that falls from the sky. Wow. Yeah. I remember it being somewhat refreshing. But it's a bit fuzzy. It's a bit fuzzy. Ooh, nice cars. Can anyone let me know what time it is? I have a second phone. Where are we going now? Oh, it's already 4 p.m. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go back down to the ferry stop. Is there a drought? There's no, luckily there is no drought here. In not encountering rain for 2 months, where there was a lot of rain with Mary Jane, but it wasn't captured on video, and I barely experienced it because I just went to sleep right after. So yeah, have not encountered too much rain. 10 minutes, 5 minutes in Rome, which is on live video, but it was like a light drizzle. Way. I got to go. It's bad. Okay, yeah, poor service here, but bear with me. I wish I had time to make TikTok videos. Bellagio. Bellagio. Joe. Pronounce it English.
Non passa più lo sciacquo. No, no.
All right, let's go down here. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so very bad service on that beautiful street. Gelateria, Ariel will like, I'm actually food. Wow. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Wow. All right, everyone, I will leave you here. That was a tour of the beautiful town of Verona and Bellagio. And again, I'm pronouncing it in English so people understand what I'm saying. The majority of my viewers are from the US and England. So this is Bellagio. Great, great place. Highly recommend it. Only an hour away from Milan and by train. Train costs maximum €10, or I think the most expensive train is like €16. You won't be spending too much. And highly recommend going to Verona. It's a great starting point, and then making your way to Bellagio. And I'm gonna see where else I can end up. So thank you everyone so much for contributing through Super Chats and through stars. Those Super Chats and stars will go into featuring more of the boat tours here. Soon I will be going live again at 5 p.m. So about an hour from now, I'll be going live somewhere else around here. Who knows what I can show you at this point. Everyone, from beautiful Lake Como, Italy, I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. If you want to become a Patreon, go to patreon.com/Urbanist. You'll get postcards from countries like Italy and specific cities like Milan or Florence or Venice. And that's $20 a month or more. If you want to just get access to 360 videos and the once a month Urbanist Insiders Club, which will still happen later this month, you can become a super urbanist, $5 a month or more. For Patreon, patreon.com/Urbanist. Everyone keep being awesome, and everyone, arrivederci amici. See you soon at 5 p.m. Arrivederci amici.